much, CTR Media Network, Dr. Tina Ramsey, along with the staff of CTR Media Network and all of the podcasters that have programs featured on CTR Media Network. I'm Kim Jacobs, the host of The Kim Jacobs Show, and we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. It is such an honor and a privilege to be able to be associated with Dr. Tina Ramsey and her program with CTR Media Network. They go over and beyond the call of duty and do exceptionally well when it comes to the podcasters. I'm saying things that are like, ooh, mind-blowing. They are exceeding our expectations, and I cannot be more grateful and more thankful. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for all of your professionalism, your consideration, going the extra mile to make sure that your podcasters have what we need to be able to have a thriving program and to get exposed to over 350 million households, 46 countries. I am excited to be a part of CTR Media Network, and I don't take it for granted. Thank you, Dr. Tina Ramsey, for all that you do. God bless you.
Happy day, happy day. I hope that you guys are having a great top of the day. And so, welcome, everyone to Morning Motivations. Yes, and yes. And today we are going to be speaking on the topic of the power of no. So, how many times have you been faced with the dilemma that someone asks you to do something? You already have a very tedious schedule, whether you work a 9 to 5 or entrepreneurship, it don't matter because both sides of the spectrum, we're both busy. And you know you need to say no, but you're a self-proclaimed people pleaser. So you're willing to put yourself overextend yourself over and beyond so that you won't hurt someone's feelings. This week, we're going to focus on the power of no, or today, I would say, we're going to focus on the power of no. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but learning to say no is one of the most empowering and yet necessary skills that you need in order to achieve your goals and also to maintain just overall well being. Now, for me, speaking from being a self proclaimed yes girl, because I was that person that, did not want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so even though I knew I was overextended, overstrained, had a lot on my plate, I would just say yes and put myself in some very, very unpleasant situations because I didn't want to hurt their feelings and I know they needed help. And so I wanted to and they came to me. So I wanted to be the one to provide that help, right? And and so hello. And so I had to learn over time. And sad to say, I learned the hard way. I had to learn through literally my body just giving out, crashing on me. And that's how I had to learn the hard way. I don't want you to have to learn that extreme where your body just totally give out from exhaustion, that then you're really sat with it. You have to sit with the realization that you overextended your body to the maximum point that it was not literally healthy for you to keep burning the counter at both ends. So I'm having this conversation with you guys today. So hopefully if you are or you have developed this pattern that you will learn today to really stop doing that. So what about it? Saying no is about just basically for you just to set boundaries. It's a priority. It's a prioritization of your time. It's also a prioritization of your health and you making decisions that align with your values. It's not about being negative. No, it's not being negative. It's just simply saying, I cannot do that right now. Or maybe you just simply do not want to do it. And you're making space for what truly matters in your life and your career. So, why saying no is essential? Because many times we feel like saying no is not essential, but it actually is. Saying no actually helps protect you, your time, your energy, and it ensures when you say no that you're not overextending yourself. Many times our health and wellness and mental health is jeopardized not because we can't do the things that we want to do, we don't have the ability, it's because we have overextended ourselves to the point that um, it's just not healthy for us to keep going on at that pace. Tip number two, when you say no, it helps you focus on the priorities without the distractions or commitments that don't align with your goals. So think about moments that you should have said no, that you didn't say no, that push your time schedule or whatever that you had important to do, pushed it all the way back on the back burner, or it became non-existent because you became so consumed with what other people wanted you to do. So now you're not getting your commitments done. You're not reaching your goals. You're distracted. You're anxious. You upset. You notice that you're a little uh, on edge. That's because you have overextended yourself. Tip number three, saying no with confidence builds respect from others and it encourages healthy boundaries and healthy relationships. Now, if you are a person that is a yes person all the time, and now all of a sudden, out the blue, you're now telling people no when they're used to you telling them yes all the time, it's not going to feel like it's confidence building in the beginning. It's going to feel like you're not being that good friend. It's going to feel like you're not being that good business partner. It's going to feel like you're not being the person that you normally is. It's going to feel like you're kind of fighting against yourself, because if you're used to saying yes all the time and everybody around you is used to you being that go-to person for every single thing. And I want to say this right here. Being the go-to person for everything is not a good thing. We have been taught to think that being a go-to person for everything is a good thing. And that is not a good thing. That just simply means that you have no boundaries, you have no limitations, and you have set yourself up for failure, because there's no possible way that any one human being can be all things to all people, not no imperfect person. And so saying no is going to help you over time, not in the beginning, but over time, you're going to start building that confidence. You're going to start building that respect for yourself, because now you're showing yourself that you matter. And it's going to encourage healthy boundaries between you and everyone who is in your life. You're going to start having those healthy relationships. Now, so how the thing is, so if you are a self-proclaimed yes man or yes woman, how can you say no without feeling guilty? Because you're going to feel this incredible guilt when you first start retracting or pulling yourself back from engagements or different things. You're gonna feel guilty. It's just something about it, because I felt incredibly guilty for a very long time, because I was that person that said yes to everything. I was always that person that was there for everybody. Now, not necessarily everybody wasn't there for me, but I made sure that I was there for everybody that was in my life circle, right? So when I first started setting these boundaries and start saying no, I felt this incredible heavy feeling of guilt. So tip number one, I want you to understand that saying no isn't a rejection of the person. It just means that you made the decision about how you want to spend your time and energy, and what they're asking you to do right now does not fit into that time and energy schedule. It just don't fit. I guarantee that if you asked them to do something and it didn't fit with what they had planned, they would tell you no as well. And you wouldn't even think twice about it. But now that you're saying no, everybody's thinking twice about it, right? Why is she being funny? Listen, don't even think about that. Just simply understand that saying no isn't a rejection of that person. You're not rejecting that person. It just simply means that what they asked you to do is just not aligned with your time, energy, and schedule. Tip number 2, offer a polite, respectful response like, I'm unable to commit to that right now. How can someone get upset with you being polite and saying, I'm just not able to commit to that right now? You're being honest. That's good communication. And if they can't accept it, that's a problem with them, not you. Tip number 3, be firm, but yet be kind. Avoid overthinking or justifying your decision. You don't have to give anybody no explanation on why you're telling them no. Not unless you feel like it's necessary that you want to do it for your well-being. But I have found the more you talk about it or give an explanation for it, the more you're going to end up feeling bad that you haven't done it. You do not owe anyone no explanation on why you telling them no, you can't do something, or no, you're not going to do something. Because we're all free moral agents. We all have our own life. This is our own body. We do not have to give anybody an explanation on why we say no. I don't know why we feel like we do, but we don't. Now, if you want to give one, that's fine. But if you don't, do not feel guilty about it, because you was kind, you was firm, and you just let them know that it's just not something that you're going to do. So how can you accomplish this new routine of telling people no when necessary? You just need to practice saying no in very practice saying no even when you don't have to say no. That's what I had to do. It was some things that I could have done, but being that I was working on saying no because it was so difficult, even things that I could have done, I said no so that I can learn to build my confidence on saying no. It is a practice. It is something that you have to train yourself on how to do when you have not had a custom, you have not built the I would say foundation of telling people no and having those healthy boundaries. You also have to develop a standard. You don't have to be rude to anyone. You can be polite, but you don't have to explain to them these are all the reasons why I can't do this right now. It's just not necessary. You need to start setting clear boundaries for yourself, and you need to make sure that you stick with those boundaries, that you stick with them. Sometimes we set these standards and we set these boundaries and we break them. So we're giving confusing responses to the people in our life. If we're saying if we're telling them no, we're not going to be able to do something, but yet our actions is doing a whole different things as if we're going to do that something. We don't want to be confusing. Let your no mean no and your yes mean yes. You also need to look for opportunities where you can align with your new goals. I use time blocking and I have task lists to help me visualize what I need to do and how I'm going to get through one task to the next, right? And based upon that, it also helps me not to overcommit myself to any one thing. And I have had situations where I have still, even with the best intentions, I overcommitted myself to various different things and I didn't write everything down. And therefore, when I've written everything down, I saw that, oh man, this is way too much. And I'm going to be honest with you, I had to go back to certain people and say, listen, after further examining of my schedule, I realized that I have way too much on my plate and I have a certain limit. I have a limit of amount of things that I will do in a day, in a week, in a month, in a quarter, in a year that I just will not do. I don't care how big the opportunity is. I don't care what it all about, how much money is on the plate. Once I reach my boundary, my limit on how many, because I have a limit on how many yeses I can give within a certain time frame that will not overextend me, because I have to deal with being extremely exhausted, limiting time with not being able to spend more time with my family because I'm just too exhausted, or spending just regular relaxed time. So once I see that I got over that boundary, I go back and I tell people in a heartbeat, like I'm getting ready to um, go back and tell some people that want to collaborate with me right now that I just can't do it right now, because it takes effort and time and commitment and work to collaborate with people the right way. I just don't collaborate with people just to say I'm a collaborate. I want it to be a mutually beneficial experience. And if it's not going to be that, if I know I can't give my 100%, I pull out. And so I'm getting ready to pull out on some collaborations that I have on the table right now, because physically I know I just cannot give them what they need, and I'm not going to do a half job. So I would rather pull out in order to save that relationship versus moving forward on a collaboration that I know that currently right now I'm not capable of doing it in the best way right now, which could risk and damage the relationship. It's better to be upfront and honest, and even though both parties are excited and want to move forward, but it's not good if both parties is not willing or do not have the capacity to put in the work that needs to be done with that collaboration. So, and I already told them yes, because I had all intention on doing it. But after coming back and working my way back up and building my energy, I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be sending me a nice little email, get on a nice little conference call, and gonna be like, listen, we're gonna have to pause these collaborations until my body get back stronger. I'm not doing it. And that's just a part of being honest with yourself, setting those healthy boundaries and things that are aligning with your current situation. Now, those collaborations did align with my goals. It just didn't align with the uncertainty of getting sick in the midst of it, right? So that threw me off a little bit. So I'm not doing it. I'm gonna go back and give them my regrets and say, listen, we can do it another time. Right now, I'm not giving any time stamp on when this is going to come to fruition. But when it's on God's timing, it will happen. If he wants us to do it, we're going to do it. If he don't, we won't. But I appreciate the thought and the opportunity, because I'm not. Oh, hey, Judy. She said, this is me. That's me, overexcited. Hey, Ren. Yes, yes. And so that is the power of knowing. You need to make a habit of stop overextending yourself, not only with people, but also with opportunities. Like I tell people every single day, there are so many different opportunities every single day that you do not have to feel like if you don't act on something right then that you're going to miss out. A lot of people tell you or may have told you, opportunity only knocks once. That's not true. Opportunity comes around more than one time. I compare the right opportunities, I compare them as a boomerang. So just like a boomerang, you throw a boomerang out, even if it stays gone for a long time, eventually a boomerang is going to always come back to you. That boomerang represents opportunities. Now, every time you throw out the opportunity, if you're not able to do it, it may not come back to you as quickly as you want, or it could. The timing is uncertain. But what I do know is that all the opportunities that are for you will make its way back to you. I have never seen a case where my so-called opportunities that people say, oh, it's a limited time, you can't do this right here right now, it always come back. It always come back when it's from God. It always come back. So if you know that you're not um capable or able to do certain things, uh just say no. Yeah, timing is everything. Timing is everything. And also, I'm on another video. I may talk about it a little bit now, but we also need to be very careful about getting overexcited, about getting caught up in the emotion and the excitement of so many different things that we see every day. I remember I used to, because I'm naturally a very excited person by nature. Like I just really just enjoy life, right? And I see this program, that program, all kind of different stuff that I feel like may be able to help me, fulfill the assignment that God has me on this earth to do. But I'm gonna be honest, sometimes that excitement is misguided. It's misguided because we have our own tendencies. And so with every opportunity or new opportunity, I never make a decision about joining a program, a membership, an opportunity when I first hear it. This is about making sure that you say no too. This is a part of the power of no. So I have been in meetings where people had invited me to these opportunities and they want me to make a decision right then and there. Right then. Right then, right? And I used to think, okay, in the beginning, I used to think that was a good idea. But now I don't ever make a decision coming in the room the first time. Why? Is because I understand that when you first hear something initially, even if it's something that you've been hoping, wishing, and praying for, you are so caught up in emotions and the good warm fuzzy feeling that you're not thinking rational or logical at the moment. You're thinking of the excitement. You're thinking this is the answer to my prayer. You're thinking or may possibly be an answer to your prayer. And you so caught up in the emotion of it that you're not thinking, you don't have any rational thought at that moment. Because especially women, we get very emotional, very emotional, very excited. We don't think. One thing that I admire about men, most men are very logical thinkers, very logical. So they don't get caught up in the emotion. But women, we tend to get caught up in the emotion. So I noticed that was a weakness of mine. So I don't care what it is. They can lower the price. They can give it to me for free. It could be something that's pretty much like they handed it to me on a silver platter. I still say no, not right now. Give me 24 to 48 hours to let me think about this and I will get back with you. I will get back with you. The maximum that I do is 3 days, 72 hours. And some people get upset with me about that. The reason why I do that, because day one, in the moment, you're wrapped up in the emotion of it. You're so excited, you can't see anything. You're not thinking about you whatever the cost is. You're saying, I'm gonna make it happen, and not thinking about all the other commitments that you have, and you just caught up because you in there with other people and they can see it and you can see it, and you, oh boy, you just so excited. And then you rest on it, you sleep on it, you pray about it, and you wake up the next day and you might still be excited about it, but you're not as excited as you was before. Day two, after the event, you realize, I do want to do it, but I just can't do it right now because I already have too much on my plate. Maybe it's you have too much on your plate financial wise. Maybe you have too much on your plate just with commitments that you have to do. All right. And then you realize, oh, that wasn't no good idea. it's something that I want to do, but it's not something that I can do right now. So, oh yeah, Judy, she said, yes, you get caught up in the moment. You do. And so that's why I use the power of no in every instance. I use it even in situations where I have already made a commitment that I already did my research. Because 9 times out of 10, if I'm going into somebody's meeting and I reached out to them, I already made a decision that I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But even in that case, I still do not say yes that night because I have to be logical and rational about it. I got to make sure that everything aligns. It's just not the emotion of it, it's the business side of it as well. It has to make sense with the numbers. It has to make sense with the amount of time it's going to take, because any new program, any new whatever that you do is going to take you some time to learn how to do that, and how or at least how to use that product or service effectively, right? And I don't know about y'all, but I don't have all that kind of time like I used to learn somebody else's system and processes. I'd rather just pay somebody to do it for me. And then based upon how much that costs, I'd be like, okay, for somebody to do it for me, that's about $1,500. For me to do it myself, it's gonna take me about 3-4 weeks to put some time aside. And it'll cost me about 500. Do I want to spend $1,500 or do I want to spend 500? And what is our overhead for the month? What are our extra expenses for the month? Uh I don't want to learn anything, but due to our overhead and our expenses and our projections for the month, I'm gonna have to sit my butt down and learn how to do this myself. That's $500 versus 1,500. You have to. That is the rational and logical side of saying no, and why you should say no, why you should never say yes the initial time when you go into anybody's opportunity. You need to think it through, you need to be rational, and you need to give yourself time to um not get caught up in the emotion of the experience. Okay. I had to learn that the hard way. And so, and I'm still working on it. It's something that, because I generally love helping people, so it's always going to be something that I'm working on, because I really care. When I sit down and listen to you, or I take the time to read your emails or your comments or your when I take that time, um I'm not just taking that time vicariously. I'm taking that time because I really do care and I really want to help. But also, on the same token, realizing that my schedule is already packed enough. So you have to be logical. You have to be logical, okay, and rational. That is so today I want you to really start working on the power of saying no. Look at your life. Are you happy with your current life situation? I need you to identify the areas in your life where you can start saying no and practice it for this week. I need you to really look at your life this week and look at ways that you could start saying no, that you could start doing this time blocking and visualizing what you need to do and learn how to commit to yourself. We have been taught to commit to everything and everyone but ourselves. I need you to flip it to committing to yourself. I need you to set boundaries and opportunities for yourself, and understand that even if it's something that you really want to do, a membership you really want to be a part of, or a community, or whatever the case may be, it could be anything. I need you to understand that even if you cannot do that right now, that doesn't mean you can't ever do it. It just means that it's not the right timing. And understand that opportunities are true opportunities that are for you are just like boomerangs. When you throw them out, they always come back. Now, when they come back, that is the tricky part. It can come back slow, or slowly, it can come back quickly. But the point of the matter is it always come back. I don't want people to feel like if you don't do something right now, you miss the opportunity. You might miss whatever they're offering right then, but I guarantee if it's something that they do, they're going to bring back another special eventually. It might not be as good as that one, but whatever this thing is, you'll be able to afford it, you'll be able to manage it, and you'll be able to take advantage of it when it's the right timing. And understand that when you telling people no, it's not that you're rejecting the person. It's just that you just made a decision that you are going to spend your time and energy in a way that align with your goals and your priorities, that you are not going to overextend yourself, and that saying no is not being mean. It's being kind to yourself, but also being kind to others, because what you don't want to do is keep saying yes to all of these different people, and then you don't fulfill what it is that you're supposed to do. And when you don't fulfill that, then that leaves that relationship in a bad situation. I have personally damaged relationships because I wasn't honest letting them know that I had way too much on my plate. And so to them, it looked at it as if I didn't want to do what we talked about me doing, but it's just that I wasn't capable of doing it to the full extent because I have overextended myself on something that I should have said no on. I said yes because I didn't want to hurt their feelings, and it ended up hurting the relationship even more because I overextended myself. And that's why even if I say yes to people on certain things, if I realize after we get started, it's just not going to work out because I just have too much on my plate, I go back and I do explain that to them. And I'm like, listen, I hindsight 2020, it looked as if I had all this time that I can do what we promised. But after start getting into the project, this I know I'm not going to be able to give you my 100%. And I don't work on anything that I can't give people the best of what I offer. If I can't give you the best, I'm not giving you the rest. If you can't get the best from me, I'm not giving you the rest. I'm not giving you leftovers. I have made a commitment that whatever I'm touching, whatever I'm doing, whomever I'm working with, whether it's a free project, a paid project, a medium kind project, I don't care. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm giving you 100%. If I can't give you 100%, then I'm not giving you anything at all, because guess what? You deserve the best because I want the best. If I want you to do the best for me, then I'm going to make sure I'm doing that for you. If I'm not doing that for you, I'm not giving you no flim flam. I'm not doing that. I will pull back, save face, save the relationship, be honest. And if they don't like it, then that's that, at least I had my piece. But uh-uh. I don't play those games. I don't play them because I don't want people to do no half job for me. That's why I'm so particular on who I work with, how long, and all this other kind of stuff, because I want people to give me their best, because that's exactly what I'm doing with everything that I touch, everything that I'm working on, everything that I participate in. It is my best. Now, not saying that my best might not be good enough for you, but it is my best. Yeah. So Jesus said, pray on it first. Yes. The power of saying no, intentional. Yes. Nothing less than 100%. Yes. I don't do anything less than 100%. Period. I ain't giving you no 99.9%. That ain't good enough. If it's not 100, I'm not touching it. And that's just how I am. And I only have so many collaborative partners that I would even extend myself to within I do it by quarters. So I only have maybe about 2 to 3 people that I work with in one quarter. If I'm working with you personally, if you working with my business, my team, that's a little different. But if you're working with me one on one, 2, 3 people. That's max for me. And that is it. And I'm not, I used to be working with 15, 25, 30, 50 people all at one time. I'm like, I almost killed myself, worked myself in the ground, and everybody wasn't getting my best. And I'm like, nope, not doing that anymore. So my max is 2 to 3 people, 2 to 3 people max for 1 quarter. And if I'm not complete with all those people, those 2, 3 people within that 1 quarter, then guess what? I'm not adding 3 more new people in the quarter. I only work with 3 people closely at a time, or 3 businesses close at a time with me one-on-one, if it's dealing with myself and my staff and stuff like that, that's different because you got help. But if it's something where I'm working with them myself, just 2, 3 people, that's it. So think about, what is your capacity of greatness? Is your capacity 2 to 3 people you can work well with and make sure that all 3 people, 2, 3 people get what they're supposed to get? Or is it one person at a time? You have to make that decision for yourself based upon your capacity, um, and how many people or different projects you can do at one time. I found that secret number is like between 2 to 3 people. That is my max. I really don't even like to get to 3 people. I like for it to be 1 to 2 people at a time. However, I will not go over 3. And so, because that's my number, I know I cannot go over. Once I get to 4, 5, 6, 7, that's too many people. One-on-one, that's too many collaborative partners too closely at one time. And so, in this season, learn to start building up your power to say no. And saying no is not being mean, it's not acting funny. It is just simply setting space, opening up space in your life for what truly matters in your life, your career, your family, your economy, your circle is what matters, truly matters to you. And stop being that self-proclaimed people person, whether you people pleasing person, and learn how to please yourself. And the people who are truly for you, they're going to understand. The people I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. I have found that the people who are really truly for you, they're going to understand because they have been in your same shoes. They're going to understand. But people who just want just to be around you and they want you to do all this stuff, and it's really selfish for them. It's lopsided. It's only about them. Now they're going to get upset. Those type of people are going to get upset with you. But the people who are really truly for you, they're going to understand and they'll wait. I have had some great things that's supposed to have been happened that was postponed for a year or longer because of things happening. But when it did finally happen, it was on God's time. It was the right timing. The right people will wait for you. The wrong people will have something to say about you. It's okay. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. People will be people. Don't take it personal, because you don't know why they respond the way they respond based upon their personal life traumas or whatever like that. Don't concentrate on that. You just keep your peace, okay? On that note, you guys, the power of no can save your life and your peace. You guys have a great, amazing rest of your day. Make sure to download the CTR Media Network app on today and listen to our amazing podcasters that speak about topics like this and so much more on our app. You can download it from any electronic device that you have. You can even go to our website at ctrmedianetwork.com. Click that big red flashing button where it says watch free TV. You can click that and actually download our app for absolutely free to be able to watch all of our different shows. We just have some new episodes that are up right now on multiple shows. I think we got maybe about 20 something new episodes up right now from the various different shows and counting. And we have more that's going up this week. So we have some fresh new content up there now. So go check it out. And some more is getting added every single day. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great, amazing rest of your day. And remember, use your power of no. Practice the power of no. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Here's why you need to tune in right now. With CTR Media Network, you can transform your knowledge into a fully produced TV show. Imagine your content streaming on platforms like Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire TV, reaching over 350 million households in 140 countries. We take care of everything, from managing your ready-to-go content to global distribution. And it's not just any content, it's edutainment, a perfect blend of education and entertainment that keeps viewers coming back for more. You'll join a vibrant community of thought leaders, podcasters, and educators, all sharing a passion for impactful content and global reach. Plus, with our app available on Google Play and the App Store, your show will be accessible to millions more, ready to shine on the global stage. Let's get you started. Schedule a 15-minute call with us today and turn your idea into a TV sensation. Reply to this video by saying, "I want to learn more." Don't wait, your audience is out there waiting.